Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel once again, and this is going to be the video that I'll be showcasing my third team that I've used up in the Holiday Cup, which is in the little cup format. So this team is very spicy, and the team that I'm going to use up is basically a showcase of Amaura over here. So Amaura being ice and rock type, so the only thing over here that I need to watch out is going to be Vigoroth and other pseudo fighters over here, and steel type. So steel types are not that very common, but Alolan Chinchou and Alolan Chinchou are there, but still it is manageable because they are part ice. But apart from that, I have to counter those pseudo fighters over here, to which I have got my I have Bigger Button, I have got my Cottonee over here to handle those, and my Igglybuff over here, which is going to have access to the Legacy Body Slam and Wild Charge for the as a nuke to cover up the weakness for not weakness, to cover up the Ducklett over here. And apart from that, Amaura is really strong in this meta because it can handle those flying, those grass type, those fire type as well, because it is having access to ancient power as well. So that is the reason it is so strong. It does core break the super strong core of Ducklett and Cottonee. So this is the thought process that I had while building this team up, and I wanted to use this team and make this a bit spicy because of Igglybuff, which is a legacy using Body Slam, but people does not expect me to run Wild Charge over here, which actually caught many trainers off guard, which really helped me win couple of battles over here. So without further more delay, let's quickly jump into the first battle and check out how this team performed. Moving on to the first battle, I pick up a lead against Litleo over here, and as you guys can see, this Incinerate really do chunk over here because it's a little cup variant, and Amaura is not on the bulkier side, but still it's neutral, so that is the reason it will be taking super neutral damage over here. And from this kind of range, I do get the first shield as well, which is going to be nice for me. And now I shielded the first flame charge, and before they could farm me down with the Incinerate, I will be going for the next ancient power that does get me the final shield from my opponent's end as well, which is huge because now I can easily come back with my own Igglybuff over here, and I can shield up the next boosted flame charge. But this, as you guys can see, this Incinerate really chunks right now because it's double boosted, which is not great for me. So I have to throw the first Body Slam to take out this Litleo, and let's see what they are having in the backline. So they are having access to Mud Boy, not Mud Boy, it's actually Stunfisk, which is having access to electric as well as mud ground moves as well. So which I'll be letting this next charge moves go through as well. And if we notice that this person is not actually switching out, and the reason is the final Pokemon that they have access to is going to be Altaria over here, which is going to really not like this incoming charms. As you guys can see, it chunks a lot of HP from this Altaria, but they will be eventually reaching to the next Sky attack that does take me out. But I have got a kind of healthy Igglybuff over here, to which I'll be going for the next Body Slam that does take care of the Stunfisk and gives me the win for the first battle over here with this team in this set. So this is to my opponent, and it's a really well played battle in this first set. Moving on with the next battle, I pick up a lead against Ducklett, and if you guys notice that this wing attack, aerial ace and brave bird all are double resisted right now, but still since it's little cup, it kind of adds up. But nevertheless, since I've got neutral ancient power over here, this ancient power, even though it's debuffed, really hits quite hard. And now from this kind of range, I will be going for a CMP tie, and I'll be going for the next weather ball that draws out the final shield, the first shield actually, from my opponent's end. And if you if I was counting correct, this is going to be one more bubble beam that does not even take me out, and I can easily go for the farm down. So in this scenario, I do get the shield, not the farm down. Actually, I'll be going for the next weather ball once again. So in this scenario, I do get the shield and I get myself switch as well, which is huge as they switch out into their shadow execute. So since it's a part psychic and I'm having access to faint power, faint attack as my fast move onto my Igglybuff, so I'll be coming back with that, and now I have to shield up the first ancient power, and I'll be going for the farm down after taking in those chunks from the shadow confusion over here. But nevertheless, the final Pokemon that they are access to is going to be really threatening for me, because if I'm not getting the shield with this body slam, which I do get, and now I can easily go for the next wild charge that surely does knock out this Golbat from that kind of full health as well. That gives me the win for the second battle here in this set over here. So this team worked out surprisingly well for me. So I believe I played this team for 5 sets or maybe 4 sets if I'm not wrong, and I went up a 1 negative set and 4 positive set, which is good. And I got actually 2 5 O's, which is huge actually. So now moving on to the next battle, I totally caught off guard what the lead was and what the switch was. So I'll be going for the next body slam that almost does knock the Chinchou out from that kind of health, but they will be going for the bubble beam eventually, but that will not handle, like my Igglybuff can handle that really well. And now this is the moment that I was talking about. I'll be going for the next wild charge onto this Alolan Shadow Sand Slash over here that takes it off guard and just get the hell out of here situation over in the scenario, and I can easily come back with my Cottonee and this rendered the game over here out of respect, which is huge for me. Moving on with the next battle, I pick up a lead against Cottonee, which is again good for me. So as you guys can see, this charm does add up, but nevertheless I have enough energy to go for the first weather ball that eventually gets me the first shield from my opponent's end, which is huge. And now I will be going for the back-to-back weather ball, which I think my opponent will shield up once again, which they do. And now since they shield up twice, I will be coming back with my Cottonee over here, to which they eventually simultaneously safe swap into their Vigoroth over here, which I am happy with because my Amaura does not have to face this. And now from this kind of range, I have to shield up one body slam and go for the farm down. And let's see what they are having in the backline apart from Cottonee. So since I have got one shield, I am in a really good scenario right now. So I'll be going for the first grass knot, and since all the shields are down, they comes back with their final Pokemon, which ends up being a Stunfisk over here. So the grass knot did almost 80% of its health, which is really awesome. And they will be going for the next mud bomb that does not even take me out from this kind of range. And now I can easily come back with Igglybuff. And if you guys have noticed, Igglybuff, my Igglybuff is not very highly ranked up, but it's a hatched Igglybuff actually. Still with that high high attack stats over here, it went up to 37.5 level, which is huge. That is the reason it is kind of bulky in this scenario as well in the Little Cup over here, which is really good for me. So moving on into the, I believe, the final battle of the video, I pick up a lead against Chinchou once again. So Chinchou lead looks to be tough, but since I have access to ancient power, which is resisted, but still it does enough damage, kind of good damage over here. But nevertheless, they have to go for the bubble beam over here. So bubble beam, it's kind of a not a great move, because bubble beam, though it debuffs you, but onto my opponents over here. To which now I will be switching out into my own Igglybuff over here, taking the next Whirl Beam like a champ over here, and then I can easily switch out into a Ducklett, and this is the moment of truth. So I'll be shielding up one Bubble Beam. So now I am double debuffed right now, but that does not helps out the Ducklett over here. So if you guys are expecting a knockout, you are quite right, because it does knock out the Ducklett from that kind of health as well, and the final Pokemon that they have access to is going to be Vigoroth over here. So Vigoroth will be getting the encounter with Cottonee over here. So Cottonee can take in one Body Slam, but now since I am having even shield scenario, so I'll be going for the heavy farm down over here. So I'll be shielding up the next Body Slam, and I will be going for the farm down, to which they realize that, and they switch out into their own Chinchou. They thought of getting the knockout over here with Spark, but eventually I get enough farm, and I'll be going for the next Weather Ball that does draw out the final shield from my opponent's end, and now I can easily go for the next charm that does take care of the Vigoroth and gives me the win for the final battle of the video and the set over here. So this team was so much fun, and I got a lot of wins with this team over here. So if you're trying out this team, which is quite expensive because Igglybuff is having a legacy move, for Little Cup variant is kind of expensive. So, but still, if you're trying out this team, do let me know how it is working out for you. And that will be all for this video, and see you again in the next one. Till then, peace.